seconds or so.
Okay.
All right, it's 12 o'clock, so I'd like to call the meeting to order. This is the meeting of the Human and Community Services Committee for the West Hartford Town Council. My name is Deb Poland. I'm the chair of this committee. I'd like to acknowledge my fellow council members, Deputy Mayor Liam Sweeney and Councilman Alberto Cortez. We also have on the call with us today, Town Manager Rick Ledwith and Library Director Laura Ermshire and Social Services Director Liz Basinski and Jerida Reinheimer. So thanks for joining us. I don't believe we have any business items on the agenda, and we'll move on to communications. I'll turn it over to you, Mr. Manager.
Thank you, Madam Chair, and good afternoon, everybody. Did want to, and I know, Madam Chair, you were at the Bridge Family Center breakfast last week, but I wanted to take a moment to acknowledge Helen Rubino Turco, this year's recipient of the Bridge Family Center's Build No Fences Award. Helen's, as we all know, her contributions to our town have been certainly transformative in terms of our creative programming and the impact that those programs have had on those most in need throughout town. So a big shout out to Helen and her team in both leisure and social services. Of course, we have Liz Basinski with us this morning as well. And that is all I had under communications. I'll turn it back to you, Madam Chair.
Thank you so much. And we're also proud of Helen and grateful to the Bridge for acknowledging her great work. We will move on then to staff reports, and we'll start with leisure and social services. And I'll turn it over to you, Liz.
Okay, thank you. Good morning, and thanks for shouting out Helen. That was really special. So I know she provided a written report. I'll just run through pretty quickly. Feel free to stop me for any questions or comments. The new Elmwood Community Centers, first on the list, a request for qualifications for architectural services has been developed and will be going out soon. Under social services, we're pleased to announce that our prevention coordinator position has been posted. It is a part-time position that will be focusing on prevention and opioid remediation. We are expecting several promising candidates that will close in a couple weeks, and we'll begin interviewing. We have kicked off strategic planning for the social services departments. We got started with a consultant last week who is going to help us assess our programs, conduct stakeholder and community outreach regarding our services, and we'll be prioritizing our areas of focus for the next couple of years. Our energy assistance program has started on September 1st, which helps lower income residents pay their home heating bills. We work with our local community action agency, CRT, who covers our region. We're very fortunate to have a CRT staffer who sits here in our office in Town Hall on the 3rd floor. Appointments can be made directly through CRT, but we do serve residents from the area. So that's great. They're here through May. I'm also happy to announce we have 2 MSW, Master in Social Work, interns from UConn who have just joined us at the beginning of September. They are supporting our youth social worker, Kelly. They do a lot of work with the JRB and the Youth Services Bureau and have been a tremendous asset to our team over the last few years. So we're thrilled to have them back in September. They're usually here through the end of April. And I just wanted to add one other note. We've completed reviewing our data from the last fiscal year. I just wanted to let the committee know we are continuing to see increases in demand through both our case management referrals as well as through our food pantry and other programs. On a positive note, we're also seeing an increase in participation again in programs like Dial-A-Ride, and the number of volunteers who are working with us to support our residents to, 2 areas that were really hit hard during COVID. So while we're continuing to see increase in need, we're also seeing participation in programs continue to grow. So that's great. Any questions on social services?
Thank you. Before we go to questions, I just want to acknowledge that our Mayor, Sherry Cantor, has joined the call. Thanks for joining us, Mayor Cantor. Are there questions from committee members? or from the mayor?
No, thank you.
Okay, Rick, you
I
want
just had a question regarding the food distribution at the senior centers, the Meals on Wheels. So because of my prior professional role, I was sort of in the loop on what was happening with the payments to CRT not being made. And my understanding is that this is not actually a cut to CRT, but instead more of a delayed payment issue. And so I just want to let folks know that I'm on the side trying to connect back with some old colleagues to figure out exactly what's happening and see if we can come to resolution so that we can restore those services to folks at both senior center sites.
Okay, that's great to hear, Deb. If you could keep us posted, I know we're planning to meet
Absolutely.
tomorrow to brainstorm a little bit on that particular issue.
That's great. Thank you so much, and keep me in the loop on that as well. So, and only going to these connections I have just because this is an issue I had been working on over the summer in my prior role. So I'll be sure to keep the lines of communication open for that. All right. Any additional questions or thoughts to share?
Well, this is Sherry. I will say at the Senior Citizen Advisory Commission meeting, Rebecca Sears was raising this as a concern. So I would just let her know, update her that you are following up on this. So she
I
can.
will do that.
Thank you.
All right. Great. Thank you. And so
I can
we'll
run
move
through
over
you want
to,
me to run through the leisure services points?
oh, yes. Thank you. Sorry about that.
No, that's okay. Just wanted to make sure that was included as well. So Helen wanted everyone to know, due to the extreme heat that we had at the end of the summer, the splash pads did remain open. So residents did have some relief during the heat wave. That was due to end this week. The senior centers was just mentioned regarding the budget cuts through CRT. We are looking into that as noted. Also, the town will be considering the Senior Citizen Advisory Committee's request to update the committee's language in the town code. Moving on, the Veterans Memorial Skating Rink will be hosting a skate night on October 6th from 7 to 8:30 in recognition of Mental Illness Awareness Week. We are doing this in partnership with the West Hartford, Connecticut branch of National Alliance on Mental Illness, known as NAMI, and the West Hartford Prevention Partnership. This event will feature resource exhibitors with focus on mental health, addiction, and suicide awareness. We had a very successful event in October, so this will very much mirror this with the School of Rock and others coming. Proceeds and donations will support Friends of Feeney and the West Hartford Teen Center. The Feast on the Farm will be held on Friday, September 29th from 6 to 9 p.m. at Westmore Park. Tickets for this BYOB 4-course dinner are available through Rec Desk. Proceeds benefit capital projects at the self-funded environmental educational facility. It's a great event. And also something new, the Friends of West Hartford Parks will lead the first annual Walk in the Park on a 3.5-mile loop of the Troutbrook Trail. That's on September 30th. People will meet at the parking lot at Norfelt Field at 10 a.m. During the stroll along the trail from Norfelt Field to the new stretch at Duffield Street and back, points of interest will be noted. Town engineer Jim Brennan will be the featured guest. Friends of West Hartford Parks is a nonprofit organization promoting awareness and use of West Hartford parks. For more information, you can see their Facebook page. Participation in the walk is free, but registration is encouraged through their Eventbrite site. And finally, Wi-Fi is available in almost all major town parks, thanks to the town's IT department. The service, which is called Wi-Fi, is available now at Beachland, Kennedy, Fern, Eisenhower, and Westmore Parks. And it will be added to Walcott Park when the restroom building construction is completed. And that's all for leisure.
Great, thank you. I love that Wi-Fi. That's cute. Any questions?
So, Mayor Cantor, I just would love to make a comment that the Wi-Fi has been long in the process, and I'm really excited that it's here for our public and visitors to access. And more things that we do are obviously online, and we need Wi-Fi, and this is really a wonderful service. Thanks.
All right, thank you. Any other questions or comments? All right, thanks so much. So we will move over to the library services update, and Laura, you're up.
Good afternoon, thank you. We are also embarking on a strategic plan. Our old plan ran from 2017 to 2022, and so now we are starting our new process. We've joined a cohort program with CLC, which is the Connecticut Library Consortium, and they've partnered 7 libraries to go through this process with the direction of a nationally renowned strategic planning consultant. We'll be going now through December, and we're working on models for staff and community input. We've formed a staff planning committee, and we're going to be reaching out to this committee, to town leaders, and hear everyone's thoughts on the future of the library. We had some really great partnerships and events over the summer that wrapped up that I'd like to tell you some highlights of. Our partnership with the Fern Street Food Ministries backpack program was very successful this year. During the school year, they provide backpacks filled with nutritious food to West Hartford Public School students. And we also have a pickup location at the Faxon Library for students who want to get theirs outside of school. And then over the summer when the schools close, the Faxon Library is a pickup location. So this summer we distributed 260 bags of food from June 22nd to August 30th, and we already have 18 students registered for the school year now. Faxon Fun was a really great program in the summer. It ran for 4 weeks in July and August. We have it split into 2 sessions where first through third graders go for 2 weeks, and then 4th through 6th graders. We had 24, 25 kids every day, and we kept them very busy with a lot of activities. We had visitors coming in, Forest Park Zoo animals, mad science, interactive drumming, a lot of STEM activities. We had our staff from our Studio 20 makerspace come over and talk about 3D printing, VR headsets, and a lot of other workshops. A big highlight of this program is the Book Buddies, where we partner younger kids and older kids together to practice their reading skills. And it's always the highlight from the kids. They ask to do it longer. So we've built in models where the program extends beyond the Faxon Fun so they can come back to meet with their partners, build friendships, and practice reading. The Faxon Fun is made possible by a grant from the Stanley D. and Hinda N. Fisher Fund at the Hartford Foundation for Public Giving, and we're very grateful for their support. This year, our children's librarian at Bishop's Corner, Bailey Berardino, launched our first Grand Friends program. She coordinated with a senior center and built this program. She'd been thinking about it for a while, and this was the first year that we were able to put it into effect after the challenges with COVID. So Grand Friends is an intergenerational program for school-age children and senior members of our community to come together to enjoy fun activities and make new friends of all ages. Our Grand Friends participated in an ocean-themed yoga class. They enjoyed an afternoon of board and card games, and they made some no-bake treats. The program ran for 4 sessions on Wednesday afternoons over the summer. At Faxon, we celebrated the end of summer with a movie night. We had it outside in the yard next to the building, and it was beautiful weather. We had a rain day the day before and moved it over, but the Saturday night we had it was wonderful. We had around 120 people from the community come to see the Super Mario Brothers movie. Along with our free popcorn, we hosted the West Hartford Bloomfield Health District, who had a table with information and free giveaways. And we were also joined by the West Hartford Community Police Officers and the West Hartford Fire Department that had their fire truck there too. It was a really fun night and a great way to wrap up summer, and really wonderful to see so much of the community come out and join the library for a little fun activity. Our adult summer reading program came to a close at the end of August, and we saw a really great increase in participation over last summer. We had 18% more people who participated in the challenge. They read 46% more books and participated in 284% more activities. These activities were promoting attending library programs or using library materials. So shout out to Diane H. and Melissa R., who each completed the highest number with 35 books read and activities completed. We have a full leaderboard on our website, westhartfordlibrary.org. We were giving away prizes throughout the contest, and then we had a grand prize at the end. We have been seeing an influx of patrons from our neighbor libraries. The Bloomfield libraries are closed right now. They're under renovation, and they've been working on setting up temporary services. So while that was limited in Bloomfield, we had a lot of people coming in to visit us, especially at Bishop's Corner. Our staff have been busy making them feel welcome and getting them acquainted with our library. And we saw an increase of circulation. Our circulation increased 16% at Bishop's Corner in July alone. So we really saw them coming in, using our collections, making use of our services. And the state's Borrow It program allows for patrons of any library in the state to use their card at any participating library, and we get funding from the state to support this program. We're really glad to welcome new library patrons, and while Bloomfield gets their temporary services set up and they're working towards their renovations. We had an interesting teen program that was designed and put on by teens. So this is Finance in Advance. It's an introductory personal finance workshop for grades 5 through 8. In this program, participants learn some basic terminology and play personal finance games. It's a student-led initiative that was created by 3 students from Farmington High School. They took business education classes and wanted to share their knowledge and passion for financial literacy with teens. They developed a 4-part curriculum focusing on personal finance, accounts, taxes, and investments. And they use instruction and games to make learning about money educational and fun. Our attendee numbers have been great. We had 24 kids at the first session. They really seem to like being taught by their peers too. So that's a good approach to this. And we have a few more sessions coming up. And looking forward, we are getting ready for our signature event, West Hartford Reads. It is fast approaching. We will have Nick Hornby here, at Kingfield Middle School on Thursday, October 12th. And our ticket distribution is tomorrow night. So we're handing out tickets starting at 6 p.m. at the Noah Webster Library. People have to come in person to pick up their tickets, and each individual is limited to 4. We've been hosting book discussions and film screenings of Hornby's works all summer, and we have one left. High Fidelity will be discussed on October 2nd. We're really excited for this event. We hope you can join us there. And I just want to wrap up with a few donation drives that we're hosting. We are participating in the Healthy Babies Diaper Drive to benefit the Diaper Bank of Connecticut. We're collecting diapers from now through October 14th at all our library locations. And we are having a Lego drive for library Lego programs. We have a lot of kids interested in our library, in our Lego programming. They're very creative, the things they come up with. A lot of them involve snakes because we have an inordinate amount of snakes in our Lego collection. So we're looking to expand that and have a few more brick options available. So anyone who wants to donate their Legos, who maybe has outgrown their use for it or is ready to part with some of their fantastic sets, we'd love to take them. We're taking bricks of any color or size, base plates, creator sets, Lego classic brick boxes, and minifigures. They can be dropped off at any of our libraries in the children's department, and we're taking them through September 30th. And then we are going to have some teen volunteers do a cleaning and sorting party to get them ready for our library programs coming up this fall. So with that, I'm happy to answer any questions or give you any more information you'd like.
Awesome, thank you. Any questions or comments? Mr. Sweeney?
Laura, I just wanted to thank you for all the work that you guys are doing at the library. My kids and I participated in the scavenger hunt that you have going on in the children's library, which is a really awesome, thoughtful program that you guys have there. Basically, there are a bunch of signs all over the children's library, and the kids get a list and they go around the whole library and go find it. It's a great activity for 30 minutes if parents need to do that. I just want to applaud the creativeness and thoughtfulness that you guys all have. Love the booklets, the packets that you put together of particularly the Lego space, the new Lego class that you're doing. All of these things are just really awesome uses of the space and really creative way to get kids into reading and just doing things outside of consuming time on screens. So thank you, and appreciate your efforts and Carol's efforts on this. So thank you.
Thank you so much.
sounds like between the excessive heat that we had and the excessive rain that we're having, both our leisure services and library departments are helping our residents as best find activities as best they can, which we appreciate. Any other questions? Okay, and any requests for future agenda items? All right, with that then, if there's no objection, we will adjourn at 12:20 p.m. All right, meeting is
Thanks,
adjourned.
everyone.
Thanks so much, everybody. Have a
Have a
great
good
afternoon.
afternoon.